Hello and welcome to another episode of Spyro, the United Trilogy. Spyro the Dragon. And try to see how far we get. So yesterday we kind of ended on our way to Peacemaker. This is us. I think most of this takes place in Peacemaker. Um, I forget what the go-to requirement is, but I think it might be more dragons, and you kind of need a lot of dragons to keep going forward. I could be wrong though. We'll see. We'll see what it is. So far as we. Oh,
Nasty North is turning our swamp into an electrified junk heap. And it used to be so beautiful.
I'm sure it was.
so far we've needed a lot of 10 dragons, some treasure, and eggs, and I think it kind of loops again. So it's either treasure or dragons again. Um, I do remember the one time it being dragons again. It needed 50, but I don't remember if it's now or later. And Peacemakers had if it is me doing a bunch of Peacemaker levels.
Spyro, it's great to see you, but I gotta go.
If it is Peacemaker levels, it has one where it has a lot of supercharge ramps, and you have to jump from one to another. And I think I ended up overcomplicating it. I think you'll see me struggle a whole lot, but I do remember kind of overcomplicating it quite a bit. But okay, we have fun here. But thank you for tuning in. Hope you're having a good day. I had to pause real quick so I can on. Sorry about that. Needed to plug in something real quick. Now this is just me checking out the things. Because I remember there being something about these mushrooms, but I couldn't remember if it was this place or not. Treetops, I think actually is the die here. I think this is my first death. No, I got knocked into oblivion. It's not my first one, but that was my dumbest one. But Peacemakers is where I start to kind of trip up a little bit and have some struggles with it. There's one with a bunch of toads that always end up giving me a lot of trouble. Sorry, I didn't catch it that time. dragons here. I think it's gonna be 50. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I end up doing a lot of these levels. I think even all of these levels, I still don't get to 50. That's alright. We don't even get 100% everything anyway, so that's only a matter of time before I do them. Especially not getting that glowing mushroom. I think this is one of the. I remember back in the day, this was one of those worlds I got stuck on as a kid a lot. Let's get Metalhead. Pausing again real quick. Sorry about that. I decided in my more quieter times when I don't have much to talk about, I can continue my review of my libraries of my different consoles. About my oh, so these guys, I'm gonna pause again. I'm gonna try and find a picture. I don't remember what they're called. So I'm gonna look them up. They are called strong arms. I took a little digging. I'm gonna look into trying to reinforce this picture. I'm hoping this works the way I want it to work. So this is what they kind of looked like before, and I did not see these things ever as feet. Um, ever. I couldn't figure out what they were, but I never could see them as feet. I only saw them as testicles, and I can't ever unsee it now. Even while seeing, now I can clearly see the feet. They go on the feet wiki, if you know what I mean. With more of my games, I don't remember if I covered Hades or not. If I've already covered Hades by itself, I'm sorry for repeating myself. But I will also Hades One is a fantastic roguelike. The combat is fun. The art style is pretty. The story is intriguing. The gameplay loop is fun. You're a guy trying to escape Hades and go to the overworld, and you struggle through levels and levels, bot bosses. There's Megara, who's I don't really know the Greek mythology as well as I wish I did, so I don't really remember specifically what she is, but she has sisters, and um, you go up against her, and you go up against a snake, a skeleton snake, and your boy Cerberus, and your dad, and I can't remember absolutely fantastic. I played a lot of Hades 2 during its early access days. Just a just a great game, all in all. Could not cannot gush about it enough. Could not just beautiful.
Metalhead is all charged up to meet you. Attacking the power pole should disrupt his power supply.
I do remember Mel had given me some grief. There's either a goal or skill point for getting him without being hurt. I don't do that here. I come back to do that, but it did take a lot of tries to do it. I have a game called iZombie, which I really don't remember much about. I know I played it, but I don't know. It was just such a whatever game. I have Immortal Phoenix Rising, which I don't think got enough attention. I remember the first announcement trailer that they made for this, and I was just so blown away. I instantly saw that it was like a Breath of the Wild, Wild clone. Um, it's very Greek mythology. You're a phoenix, and you're you're doing Breath of the Wild type stuff, where you're like going to certain things that are like puzzle dungeons. Um, there, there's just a lot of stuff to do, a lot of different currencies to acquire to do different things with the different currencies. Um, I think it's a beautiful game. I was a little because my first time playing it was on the Switch, and I never truthfully give the Switch enough. I'm gonna go with the word hate. I don't necessarily hate it about the Switch, but it is kind of frustrating sometimes how lower quality the graphics are. Not that that playing on a higher end console or even a higher end PC is much better, but the graphics are very lackluster on the Switch, and I was like, oh, this is the game. And I think they must have made some improvements overall to the game, and I'm just not fully aware of them. Um, but it's just a beautiful game. It has a fun gameplay. You can level up. You only get technically get multiple, but you only have the one weapon that you always have, which is your sword, an axe, a bow, plus some power ups, some other abilities that you get, and you kind of power them up through these different things that you can do throughout the world. And it is a go in. It is by all technicality a go anywhere, do anything game with some you have to do certain things to kind of unlock certain areas first, but otherwise you can go anywhere, do anything sort of mentality. And there's a much more clear. Hey, it's just easier if you go in this order sort of situation, but you can still technically do everything with relative ease. I have Archer Dance game. Those are you play one, play them all. It, a favorite one can only be determined by the playlist on it, and I don't play them enough to tell you if I have a favorite one. I do remember one had the song "Call Me Maybe" on it, and when we were doing it as a family, um, that one for whatever reason was the one I did the best at. Um, don't fully understand, don't fully get that one, but that was the song. probably even already talked about this, but because I know I talked about a category game. They really are kind of you play one, you play them all sort of game. They don't really fluctuate too much from one to another. Um, but that doesn't mean that I don't love them because I do. I think they're a fantastic game series. I have. I'm not even going to try to say the Japanese name. Uh, Kuyukiyomi. You, yeah, see, I can't even do it. But its English name is Consider, and it's kind of like a puzzle game of like WarioWare type logic behind it, where you, and yeah, I just paused there. This isn't a pausing for a little bit too long, and I caught it pretty early too. Um, where you're just trying to be considerate, and it's never very clear. It's very reactionary. Nothing about that game is very clear of how to play it. LA Noir, which I've already touched on, the one thing I can say is the Swiss version is, while currently speaking, the only version I have that is playable. Um, it's not the best version. Um, I have Little Town Hero, which is made by the people. It's made by it's a Game Freak game. That's not Pokemon. Um, it's got kind of an interesting. I didn't beat it because I got stuck at a part, but it's got kind of like an interesting combat system. It was kind of like a board game almost for each fight, and you just have to kind of strategically move your pieces around to attack the bad guys in this. I ended up getting stuck at a boss, so I never ended up beating it. I thought about trying it again sometime. Got interesting stories, got interesting everything else, and it's just interesting because it's a Pokemon game. Sorry, it's made by the Pokemon company, but it's not Pokemon. If you haven't already checked it out, um, watch some gameplay, watch the trailers and stuff like that for it. It really is an interesting game. I look forward to trying to get it, maybe trying to beat it sometime. But my mindset wasn't there for the time. I even went back several days and stuck for a while trying to figure out how to beat that boss. I couldn't find any walkthroughs or guides or anything.
Watch out, Spyro. The Norks in these parts have discovered the power of electricity, and it really stings.
But it is still a very interesting and fun game. I have Ra- Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle. Um, I think this is a sleeper for a lot of people. It's a lot of fun. I know I've heard people compare it to XCOM a lot, which I never got into XCOM, but I really like this. I don't really know what the game style is called. Um, it kind of reminded me of the old King's Bounty games, which is why I kind of liked it. And even though I hate rabbits, it's just a cute story, cute game. I really enjoyed playing through it. I plan on doing it again sometime. I also have the sequel, which I did not get very far into because I got it, remembering how much I liked it, but um, was not in the right mindset. I've said a lot on these things, happy with that. The year that they came out.
Good job, Spyro. One day you'll be able to tell all the dragons about your amazing adventures.
Sure, but what I'd really like to do is get out of this swamp.
Came out with all the extra um tracks and stuff. I'm gonna have to pause again. I apologize. Alright, I am sorry about that. I am returned. um, I have. I also have Mario Party Superstars. Uh, um, that was the second Mario Party, if I remember right. Honestly, for me, a little hard to differentiate, but I'm pretty sure that was the second one that came out, and that one was not necessarily remake, but it did have a lot of older mini games and stuff kind of crammed into it. That's why it was called Superstars. I like all the Mario Party games individually, except for a couple of them. There's a couple of them, um, like the one for the Wii U, I think was awful, and honestly, the one for any Mario Party for the handheld, it's its own vibe almost. Um, where it's less about getting stars and more about just getting to the end of the board. The board. I don't know. But I really like all the ones that came out for the Switch. I'll say that much. I have Mario Tennis Aces, which um, it's fun. Not online because you get the sweaty tryhards and all that fun jazz. But like against your family, it's fun. Um, but I this was my first Mario Tennis game, so I don't know how it talks up against the rest of them. I just know I had fun. I actually kind of plan on playing it again sometime soon. I have Ultimate Alliance 3, which I never finished. I ended up just going to watch someone else play it um, because um, I got bored. I found this one very boring. Um, and the story just wasn't there for me. It's trying too hard to have a retelling of the MCU without being the MCU. You know what I mean? Um, I just wasn't there for this one. I really like the first one. I really like the second one. I think the second one got a lot of flack to it that was undeserved, but I enjoyed it. I did not enjoy this one. Metroid Dread. I didn't finish it because I got stuck at a part. There was a boss fight that I practiced. I tried and tried. I was making some progress, but I still just could not beat them. I don't remember the boss's name. Sorry about that. I think it's a great game though. I think it's a lot of fun. Um, I the one issue I have is that is the kind of game that I have to follow a walkthrough. I am not smart enough to otherwise figure out where to go when you get the new abilities, and that's like the whole point of Metroid games. But and that goes with the next one, Metroid Prime. I think I remember beating this back in the day. If I didn't beat it, my brother did, and I watched him beat it, sort of situation. But I personally don't remember if it was me or just my brother. But I think it's an interesting game. I think it's a little dated. if I'm being honest. Um, Definitely could use some improvements. I have not played Metroid Prime 4. I think that's a Switch only title, and I Switch 2 only title, I should say, and I do not have the Switch 2. And I don't know if I'll ever have a Switch 2. I mean, it's going to happen. There's going to be a Zelda game that comes out, and I'm going to want to play it because I love Zelda. I have Minecraft on here. It's Minecraft. That's what it is. It's just Minecraft. And Minecraft Dungeons, which I tried playing with my kid when it first came out. Um, I love her to death, but I felt like she was dragging me down. And then when I tried playing by myself, I found it incredibly boring. Um, I never could stay awake. If I ever felt like I couldn't sleep, I would play Minecraft Dungeons. Mom hid my game, a weird Japanese title. Again, both was considered in this game. I was influenced by the game films to play it. I thought it was fun. I went to play it myself. Um, Sort of situation. Uh, Monster Hunter Rise. I don't fully understand why I ended up being in this game. I don't have many friends on the Switch to play it with. I think I got it thinking that because it came out after I met a friend of mine, and I was thinking that it was going to be one of those cross-platform play together sort of situations. It didn't end up being that way, unfortunately. Um, and I couldn't ever convince him to buy a Switch. I have Moonlighter, which is a fantastic roguelike. Kind of a little on the too short side, if I'm being honest, but still fun. Mortal Kombat 11, which is the newest Mortal Kombat to date. I, I've spoken on Mortal Kombat before. I think they're fun. I really like it. This one's no different. And this particular one had like the newer major story DLC for it, and it was fun. I enjoyed it. Would play it again. No, okay, no, I wouldn't because once I get out of a Mortal Kombat, I'm kind of out of that one until the next Mortal Kombat. Um, Namco Museum. I think I was hoping it was something else. I had this Namco Museum for the PlayStation One that I really enjoyed. I was kind of hoping for that experience again. It wasn't that experience again. So in that sense, it was disappointing. Um, New Pokemon Snap is it was I fell in love with it. I think it's great. I think it's great in every way. It's everything the first Pokemon Snap was, but better, in my opinion. Uh, New Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe. That's a mouthful and a half. I like most Mario games. Um, and this is not an exception. I don't think I ever beat it though, and not because it got too hard or anything, but just because I just got distracted. I have really bad ADHD, and if I can't keep my focus on a game, I lose it, and I lose it good. I have Ninja Land, which I think it was a free game. I think it was kind of trying to be kind of mixed between Fortnite and Splatoon. This world gives me so much. This level, as you'll see, as you can see, I just couldn't get in the rhythm of this game, of this level. These trees sucks. The toads in here suck. Um, I just overall had a I have the what is it actually called on here? No, Nintendo Switch Sports, which is like the Wii Sports but for the Switch. And that's what it is. It's like the Wii Sports but for the Switch. Sorry, my dogs are playing. I try not to stop them because I like them when they play together. Um, I have one more dungeon, which I know I played a lot, but I can't seem to remember what it was. Just a cheap indie title. I can't seem to remember anything about it though. I think it was kind of like
Be on the lookout for attack frogs. They are cold-blooded killers.
Attack frogs?
And this used to be such a nice swamp.
it's kind of like a Diablo type game, if I remember right. I have Overcooked on here. Basically all you can eat. Those games are hard. Those games are really hard to play by yourself and with a friend. Like they're just crazy how hard it is. But I've been doing a lot of Stay Up, which is from mine has been inspired a lot by Overcooked. It's like Overcooked was easier and whatnot. I never could get very far into Overcooked. X-Men 99, I think was fun. That's one opening that stopped. X-Men 99 stopped, Mario stopped, and I wish they had Talent on here again. I've heard about that. Super Mario program.
Thanks for releasing me. It seems like I've been trapped in here since I was your age.
Oh, no.
Why, I remember,
Gotta go.
Paper Mario and Origami King. It's only disappointing is part of what I thought made Paper Mario fun was its interactive turn-based fighting. Don't get me wrong, I played and beat this game. It has a fun story and stuff, but I was a little disappointed. But now that I think about it, and Small Town Hero has a very similar idea structure behind its combat system. Uh, to kind of give some point of reference for because you're trying to plan out an attack based on the range around the combat. Teglin is a roguelike Peggle game. That's just a straightforward. I never really got that into it. I found it kind of boring, even though I loved Peggle, but I just found it boring. Another plant kills me. What a surprise! This level still obviously still remains hard for me. Pico Park is a fun co-op game, co-op platform puzzler type game. Picto Quest is a game where you're kind of doing not color paint by number, but you're on a grid and it you have this row has three in it while this column has one in it. What like you're trying to it's kind of like that.
Thank you for releasing me.
But like with like a weird dumb story to it. I have Pikmin 1, 2. I have 3. Pikmin 1 is a nostalgia one. I really liked it. I never really played Pikmin 2. Um, 3 is fantastic. 3 is probably my favorite, and 4 is a lot of fun. That's my across the board opinion of them. 3 was very co-opable, and me and my wife played that together and played it through to the end. And it was a lot of fun. Where 4 wasn't as co-opable. Um, the second player mainly just threw rocks. So that was me whenever we did try it. We didn't get very far because I think both of us got kind of bored of it. It's kind of boring being the rocks over.
I'll tell you what to do with those creatures. Smash them, Spyro, stamp them out, and squish them and squash them.
How about charge them and flame them? We are dragons, after all.
So yeah, we didn't get very far playing that one together. And I have Pokemon Cafe, which is a match 3 free game. Um, Pokemon Home, which is goes along with Pokemon Sword and Shield and Scarlet and stuff. Pokemon Quest, which is a mobile game on the Switch. I don't know. You choose a team of 3 Pokemon and you go into a level, and hopefully their powers combine to get to the level. Is what it is. Um, I have the Pokemon Unite, which was a mobile game. Um, it's fun, but I think it'd be more fun on the computer. Um, it didn't grasp me the way I thought it was going to. Power Rangers Battle for the Grid, which was like a crossover type game of all the different Power Rangers games series into a fighter. Uh, there used to be this Power Rangers game for the Sega where it was like a fighting game, and you could either be small with the Power Rangers and then the small version of the bad guys, or you could be big with like the Power Sword, biggest sword, and the bigger version of some of the bad guys. And there was a bad guy in the giant form. I honestly just button mash when I play this game. First and foremost, cannot overstate how much I only button mash during this game. But he had this ability that I somehow could pull off pretty regularly um, with button mashing. And whenever my brother would ask how I did that, I wouldn't be able to tell him because I was just button mashing. But it was basically this super awesome, over the top, one killed you in one hit ability. Um, I was kind of hoping this Power Rangers Battle for the Good was going to be like that, have read on here of Rocket League on here. Rocket League, I think I think I talked about it before because I think it's on the previous thing. Rocket League is soccer for no skill people. Like I don't think you need any skill whatsoever to be good at Rocket League or to play Rocket League. I have World Champions, which I don't really remember a whole lot. I'm pretty sure it's a free game, but I just don't remember a whole lot about it. Um, I have the Roller Coaster Tycoon Adventures. I used to play Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 a lot. This one is kind of a watered down version of the Roller Coaster series, if I'm being 100% honest. It's fun, it's there, it's interesting.
Greetings, Spyro. For an amazing tour of the treetops, don't just stop at one supercharge.
Ah,
You're going to see me struggle a lot because I do very much overcomplicate one of the jumps here. I end up pausing and trying to figure it out. Um, but yeah, this roller coaster game just didn't have the same depth to it that some of the even roller coaster 3 had, which was a little bit on the disappointing end of it. But it is what it is. Like I still had fun, but it just wasn't the same experience. Dice one with the night. I think it's a free game. I don't think I got into it. I don't remember much about it. Same with this Skyforge. I don't remember much about it. Couldn't get into it. Snipper Clips is a launch title. If I remember right, for the Switch 2, you're essentially using your controllers to clip your partner's controller to make paper to solve the puzzle. Um, that's it. That's all I remember about it. Me and the wife did it. I think I got bored and decided to quit or whatever. And Sonic Mania, which is a fan made game, if I remember right, that felt very much like the Sonic 3 and Knuckles era of Sonic. And I remember really liking it. I remember beating it and thinking, oh, like they had like some neat idea. Like one of the bosses is there's a game called Sonic Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, and one of the bosses is that as a boss. And it's just kind of a cute idea. Nice shout out to that. Spellbreak, I think, was a battle royale game, if I remember right. Um, it did do it for me, man. Spelunky 1 and 2, kind of, if you played one, you played the other. Spelunky 2 is just Spelunky, but better. Platoon 2 and 3, I can, if you played one, you played the other. I think it would have been better off just calling it what year the Splatoon game came out. Because that's really what happened. It's a lot of the same.
Spyro, if you jump at the end of a supercharge ramp, you can really go far.
I'm all over it.
Its major downside is I just have a hard time aiming. And with controllers, I think it would have been better if I could use the mouse and keyboard. But I guess in that sense, everyone is handicapped that way, but some people are just better at aiming with a controller than mouse and keyboard, but not me. Star Wars Racers is a re-release of a N64 title. At least I played on N64. I'm not sure if it was on any other title. Um, or console. I mean, it's silly. You're pod racing. And it's fun. I will say when I played it through, it was a lot easier for me than I remember it being. Um, I remember it being very hard and not getting very far back on the N64. But here, I kind of clean sweep a lot. I don't know if that's just me getting older and better at video games or what it is, but Stardew Valley, which I honestly didn't get very far in, honestly got stuck in the tutorial stage of that game. You're asked to do something, and I couldn't figure out how I was supposed to do it. And I even tried looking up like guides, and they just weren't helpful enough. Me struggling to figure out how to do this. Turns out you're supposed to go up that second, man, and I like to die just to get back. But yeah, I have a couple of friends who swear by Stardew Valley. I know that's a huge fan base. I just couldn't get into it, and honestly because of that one factor. Um, Starlink is a Star Fox 64 clone. I honestly got thinking it was gonna be just a Star Fox game, but it's not. It's not even really a Star Fox game. Star Fox just happens to be in it, which was disappointing. I have stick fight, melee. Oh, what was it called? Stick fight the game. Again, influenced by the Game Grumps. It was fun. Me and my wife did it. But it's just fun. Stitch is a kind of like a puzzle game that uses cross stitch patterns and stuff to do it. And then my wife is has it on her console. She seems to be enjoying it. It's cute. It's fun. I enjoy playing it, but my mind sometimes just can't picture stuff. I have a Sudoku game because I like Sudoku. Um, like Super Kirby Clash, which was a free game that was like a Kirby fighting, boss fighting game thing with mobile game, like game features. It's not bad, it's just not fun either. At the same like I don't have any major complaints outside that this wasn't my thing. I probably could have done away with the mobile game features that I had. Because you could buy currency with real money, blah blah blah. I didn't need it. I have the Super Mario 3D All Stars, which honestly now kind of feels like a big waste of money, but it is what it is. It's got Mario 64 on it, which you can play on like a 64 thing. It's got Sunshine on it, and it's got Mario Galaxy, which just came out with a new Mario Galaxy combo. It's fun for what it is. If those 3D Mario's are fun collectathons, and I appreciate them for it. This is me trying to figure out how the hell I'm supposed to do this. How the hell I'm supposed to get to the other island. Trying to map it out without. I'm trying my best not to look it up. Is what this is. Um, it's just not doing it for um, Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. 3D World is a lot of fun. That's a game that I can mostly 100%, but um, the super level, the secret level, the end game level, after a while, there's a level in particular that I just could not do. I spent like 4 or 5 days doing almost nothing but that level, and I just couldn't grasp. I couldn't do it. And Bowser's Fury is a fun, co-opable thing that my wife and I did, and we had a lot of fun doing it. Super Mario Maker 2 was fun. I had a lot of fun making levels for like my kid on here and stuff. I haven't done it for a while. I kind of hope they end up making a third one that uses like a lot of the Mario Wonder stuff where you can kind of craft your own fun Wonder Seed thing. Mario Odyssey, I have 100% that game twice now. So obviously I really like it. A lot of fun. Super Mario Party was the first of the Mario Party games on here. I really like it. My biggest complaint about it is it didn't really seem to have that many uh mini games. So in that sense, it's kind of disappointing, and that's kind of a major part of the game. So it's kind of a major complaint to have. I have the TV version of Supermarket Simulator. Uh, that's really what it is. It's just a TV version of Supermarket Simulator. Not very good. Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. I love all of the Smash Brothers games. I've played all but the Wii one, and I think that was one of those weird. It's only happened to me like a handful of times. So, um, the Wii game, if you had like the first Wii's, the those were not powerful enough to run this. Um, I think it was called no, Melee was GameCube. Brawl, I want to say then. It just wasn't power enough to run it, which was such a ludicrous thing. But it wasn't unheard of at this point in my life because this is me looking up. That was me, I think, trying to look up how to do it. Because I also had the same problem with the God of War games on the PlayStation 2. If you did not have a PS2 Slim, you couldn't play the new God of War game. Which is why I never really got into the God of War games, is because of that stupid feature. And on that same front, um, I also never played super easy failing games once I know how to do it. I never played Spider-Man Web of Shadows because the PlayStation 2 version of it was not the same one that PlayStation 3 got. Um, 2 was like this really bad side-scrolling game, and 3 was.
That was quite a ride, Spyro. You learned a lot since you were a young glider.
Yeah, well, you could have found an easier spot to get stuck.
And 3 was like an open world game, and it's hugely different. So for the Wii not to be able to play the game was odd, but not unheard of for me. I have tennis 1920s. I don't know. I don't know why this is on here. I must have thought it looked fun at one point, but it's not. Tetris 99, which is a battle royale. Who can be the better Tetris person? I suck. I have The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus, a game that my brother's first bought. It's a roguelike. I couldn't get into it. Um, and that's I couldn't get into it. My brother loves this game. I didn't in the story. Game of Life 2. Um, well, I'm actually gonna stop here. I'll do Game of Life 2 later on. Because it is coming to the end of the episode, and I want to take this moment to thank you for listening to my rambles yet again. Um, I hope you had fun. Thank you for supporting me. If you don't already, follow me on Twitch at SuperDelph89, where I stream daily. I'll end up streaming a little bit when I'm done doing this narration. Um, I have fun doing this. I have fun kind of ramble about my libraries. I'm going to add libraries we're going to rant about. I still have my Wii U. I still have my physical copies of games I have on the Switch. And I have like my DS. But I am running out of games to rant about. So eventually I'll have to come up with actual talking points, which is hard for me. But I'm doing my best. So thank you for watching. I will be streaming here shortly after recording this. I'll be streaming more trading card shop simulator. Looking forward to that. I just wrapped up Heavy Rain last night, um, which will be uploaded later on. Again, thank you for watching. I greatly appreciate all the support. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe as I make my way back to the portal. I think I have 100% at this point. I could be wrong. I don't. Maybe I'm missing one or two. Did I ever get that one chest? I might be missing the one chest. Oh, here we go. Boom. And there's the portal right there. But yeah, thank you for listening to my rambles. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. I really do appreciate all the support I've been getting from you guys, and I look forward to doing more in the future. Have a good day. Have a good night. Bye.